Hello and welcome to Billy Ho Sports. Today's presentation is a course preview, DraftKings preview of the 2023 Ryder Cup. And when in Rome, right? We're heading that way. Team USA versus Team Europe for bragging rights and pride of country. So Billy Ho contest is already live. We are going to look at that since pricing is out. We'll do a first look and take a look at some builds and show you the format and all that stuff a little bit later. So stick around. That's very important. Also, DFS, NFL content, horse racing content, all kinds of stuff out there. If you enjoy the ponies like I do, you'll really love these past performances that I do, and race replays and breakdowns of that nature. A lot of Breeders' Cup stuff coming down the pike in the next month or so. So get on board. By which I mean get on board, subscribe to the channel. Very much appreciated. Smash that like button. Leave me a comment. And are you going Team USA, Team Europe? I know Team Europe is going to be an underdog, and they're at home. So the Sharps would probably want to put a wager down on some plus money for Team Euro. So let's take a look at it and get going now. Okay, like I said, we'll get into the point strategy later and all that stuff. We need to dive into the golf course. It's Marco Simone Golf Club, located in the rural outskirts of Rome. It's kind of a European golf design with a Tom Fazio twist. Rebuild is it's not a typical like Italian golf course with lots of trees. It plays at 7,255 yards and a par 71. So the 3 par 5s, 4 par 3s. Course features water hazards on several holes, tall fescue grass, as you can see by the flyover. You can see it's the fairways are perfectly mapped out. A really nice looking golf course. Not super long, but not super short either. Kind of in front of you. So even though there are not many trees, you're going to really need to be accurate off the tee because you never know what you're going to get in that fescue grass. The greens were redone as part of the Ryder Cup renovation a few years ago with creeping bent grass. They are very tricky and contoured. The par 4s varied with 4 of them measuring below 400 yards. So that's where you get kind of not as long a course. You got 4 par 4s under 400. Then you got another 4 that are over 475. So, actually the 16th hole is 352 yards, and it is the easiest par 4 on the golf course. So then we have probably like a 500 plus yard. Number 8 is going to be the hardest, most likely. Now, the closing hole, the 18th hole, is set up for drama. It is the longest on the course. It is 626 yards, par 5, and that may fluctuate, as far as where they put the tee boxes in because they have different tee boxes and whatnot. So it's going to create an advantage for the bigger hitters. It's going to create huge risk reward situations where, what are you going to do if you're one up or what you're going to do when you're down? You're going for it, obviously. But if you got a lead or if you got a one up lead, you certainly don't want to blow the hole by, taking an unnecessary risk. So anyway, the other thing is we have a decent amount of data on this golf course as it has hosted the Italian Open for the last 3 years. So as we continue on with the flyovers, the course, I like the way the uniqueness of this course is and how you can get things done. Say like we go back to 2021, Nikolai Hogard won with good iron play is going to work anywhere, but he was phenomenal scrambling. Bobby Mack had a hot fire putter and some good iron play over the weekend in 2022. This year, Adrian Meronk took the title. He gained over 6 strokes off the tee. I believe he had another plus 3 or 4. So he did it with largely ball striking and really, really clutch around the green game. So that way, it's not just pars can matter in situations like this because you can get yourself in a whole lot of trouble. You start missing fairways and greens. So keep that in mind. Now, this year, the event has been moved. They normally did the Italian Open, like I believe in this time of the year every year, but this year they did it way up earlier in the season, May, because obviously of the Ryder Cup. But all that aside, I think it's time to jump in and look at some players. Okay, so we are looking at the create a lineup here, and the pricing, like I said, is out. A few things are different. You can go look up. I'm posting it on the. I just did a nice little graphic for you on the scoring. So the DK format scoring, we're doing captain mode. So you're going to pick one captain for 1.5x. I know you've all, many of you are familiar with NFL Showdown, and that's kind of how they do it. So you're definitely going to have to change some strategies. And obviously they have the holes won, the holes lost, halved holes, holes not played. Holes not played, by the way, is part of the strategy that I like to use, where I might look for big mismatches, and we won't have the pairings until they come out later on in the week. Also, the other different thing is I wasn't sure how long they've been doing this, but we're going Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it's not like Thursday, Friday, where you just have the 5 matches. You're doing 10 matches on Friday. So there's going to be 5 uh, foursomes in the morning and 5 4 ball in the afternoon. And then on Saturday, they do 4 and 4 a.m. p.m. So you got Friday, Saturday of the team competition, and then Sunday is the 12 singles matches, which will likely decide the whole thing. So just keep that in mind when you're doing strategy, and your strategy should be in a couple of different stages. Like I said, the schedule looks like this. I'll just show it to you right here. This is Friday, and that's Saturday. So, and this is Sunday. So you got the force. It says foursome matches. I thought that they did a as part of their draw, where they don't do the, like, they do the opposite. Like if you do foursomes in the morning, you ought to be doing 4 ball in the morning on Saturday. So I don't know, but we got a couple of DJs rolling out in the afternoon and the evening. So hopefully they'll have a good time out there. But anyway, like I said, what we're looking for, the first thing you want to do is find those 5 match guys. First and foremost, you want the guys who are going to play the most in this tournament. So let's take a look at that real quick. Okay, this is the golf betting system site. So I wanted to show you this because it'll tell you just real easily on the none of the pricing's on here, but you got the total cups that they've played in. The like Rory, obviously, has been around for a long time. He's played in 6 Ryder Cups. Well, if you times that by 5, you get 30. So he's missed 2 matches in the 6 Ryder Cups that he's played in. So right away, Rory's going to fit that 5 box category. He's been the leader of the European guys for some time. I don't see how he would really have to be a disaster or get injured not to play 5 matches. So for him, actually, I kind of feel like he's a decent captain, because most people are going to be rooting for USA and thinking USA is going to win and all this stuff. So they may be going Scheffler, or they may pay down a little bit and want to go like Brooks Koepka has had really, really good Ryder Cup records. I can't fault anybody for going down to 12-9 for Brooks, but we'll plug in Rory as the captain for now. And then what we'll do is go back over here. Now, I did want you to, I would not pay as much attention to Justin Rose, because his last Ryder Cup was in 2018. So his 5 cups, where he's only missed 2 matches. I mean, if you remember back, Justin Rose in 2018 was like right when I first started playing a lot of PGA DFS, and he was at the top of the pricing every week. Him and Dustin Johnson, it was Dustin or Justin practically every week. So he was a pretty dominant guy there for a long time. So anyway, I digress. So anyway, what we're looking at is the best players are going to fit this bill anyway. Like the matches, as far as like Spieth is probably almost a lock for 5. He's missed 2 matches in his 4. Brooks Koepka has had 3 Ryder Cups, and he's missed 3 matches in the entire time. JT's missed 1 match. Now, JT is the one wild card because we know it's been well documented. Justin Thomas has not had a great season this year, and it was really, really up in the air whether or not he should have been a captain's pick or not. People had their own arguments, 2 and 4. Zach Johnson ultimately said, you just don't leave JT at home. JT played much better at the Fortinet. He was in the mix all 4 days, so that's encouraging sign anyway. This course could fit a guy like him as far as like the iron play and ball striking, but that putting and sometimes he gets a little wonky with the driver. That could really get him in a lot of trouble. Ricky's another one. I wouldn't say 100% sure that he's going to play like 4 matches or 5 matches. He's missed 5 matches in his 4 cups. So that tells you all you need to know. Like Fleetwood and Rahm and their 2 cups, they've had a match off each. And that's basically probably like a Saturday afternoon or something like that. But it is different. So it's you got 2 and 2. So that will be quite interesting to say the least, what they're going to do, playing 2 matches each day. So we may not get many 5-box guys. So that's something to keep in mind. So moving on, we'll get over here and take a look at the pricing again. Finish this off here, and we'll make almost a lineup. But like I said, Brooks Koepka has had, go look it up. He's had a phenomenal record. Victor Hovland, it seems like almost an auto for 4 or 5 matches. Him and Rory, they might even be paired together, especially if Rory and Hovland are paired together. They'll probably be a popular play. So anyway, but we know we're going to have to get down here. So we're have to get in here. Like a guy like Robert McIntyre won this golf tournament at Simone a few years ago. So he, you could punt him at 4K, but these guys might only play 2, so you never really know. Sepp Straka, Brian Harman to me might be sneaky. He's just a guy who's won in Europe this year, won the Open Championship, accurate off the tee, just a really hard-nosed player, good around the green, good putter. He has those intangibles, so it could be very much in play there. I think maybe Aberg might be a good guy, or Hogard. Hogard's been playing some really good golf, so you can get away with putting him in there. And now you have 8,800. So you can lean 4-2 or, one way or the other. But if I had 8,800 left and I like Euro, I'll probably just plug in like Tommy Fleetwood or something like that and be done with it. I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do yet, but you will need to make adjustments. Basically, what's going to happen is this. I guess Wednesday or Thursday, they're going to do a draw or whatever, and they're going to draft and they're going to pick players. And then once we have those Friday matches, AM and PM, you're going to know what to do for the most part, because you're just be ready to rock and roll. And I appreciate everybody watching. Stay tuned for more content. See you soon.